Hi, it feels a little strange to say this, but hi again. It's been a while since I last uploaded a video here, and before we go any further, I just want to say thank you for staying with me during this pause. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Nastya Verba. On this channel, I share my real life as a single mom. I'm rebuilding myself after divorce, raising a child, and learning how to live and work in a country where war is part of everyday life. So make yourself a coffee or a tea, maybe grab something sweet, get comfortable, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's start. Today's video is a vlog. I'm filming because we are once again dealing with blackouts after recent attack, and my focus is honestly close to zero. Lack of sleep after night sirens, constant tension, and on top of that, my apartment is in completely house again. I realized I couldn't force myself into productive work mode today, so instead I decided to combine things. I'm cleaning and at the same time I'm recording this video to catch you up on everything that happened while I was offline. This is my first video in this format, so the visuals might not be perfect. Trying and learning feels better than waiting forever and doing nothing. What do you think about that? Let me know in the comments below. Now, let me show you something that shapes our entire day. Today we have only 3 hours of power and all the important things need to somehow fit into this window. Cleaning, cooking, work, filming, but giving up isn't an option. Whenever it feels overwhelming, I reminded myself that soldiers in trenches and people living under occupation have it far worse. So I take a breath and keep going. This constant adaptation also affects my work decisions. Right now, I'm really hoping to get a 3-month branding project from the US. I need it because I urgently need to buy a car. In my situation, a car isn't about just comfort. It's about safety and about flexibility. It means being able to move during the blackouts, get to shelters, hospitals, or to go to meetings, or not depend entirely on some public transport when you have a child. That's why I'm talking on taking an extra work whenever I can. And now, to understand why this past month felt so heavy, I need to rewind a bit. Almost the entire month, my daughter and I were sick. I shared a little bit about it on Buy Me a Coffee and briefly mentioned it before, but even now I don't understand how it lasted that long. First, we ended up in the hospital together. Then we came home and I got sick myself. Another week gone. Then my mom came to visit and my daughter started teething. It felt like an endless loop. I knew we would get through it, but living inside that moment was incredibly hard, especially because I was constantly worried about work. I currently work in the military sector, and that adds a different level of pressure. Any action or delay can affect whether soldiers receive proper training or equipment. We work as one system. When one person drops out, it impacts everyone. I'm deeply grateful to my colleagues. They supported me, stepped in where possible, and allowed me to focus on being a mom when it mattered the most. They know it's just my daughter and me. Sometimes there is simply no one else to step in. That month of sickness also pushed me toward a difficult but important decision. I decided not to send my daughter to kindergarten for now. First, I realized how much I miss her when she's not around, and she misses me too. When her father takes her for 1 day a week, I already feel how hard that separation is. Second, kindergarten adaptation means frequent illnesses, and right now I simply don't have the capacity for that. After every sickness, adaptation starts again, which means even less time for work. And third, kindergarten needs to be paid for regardless of attendance. I can't afford not to work and pay for kindergarten at the same time. So for now, working and living together makes the most sense for both of us. Maybe later I'll hire a nanny once a week, but for now this is our solution. Of course, this meant we had to learn how to work together, and slowly we built our own rhythm. Our mornings are simple. We wake up, do some light cleaning, play, have breakfast, drink coffee, and move a little bit. Then I work for a couple of hours. After that, we go outside. My daughter plays, and I take work calls while working. We come home for her nap. I continue working during that time. And when she wakes up, that's our quality time together. Since it's winter, we stay indoors more. We play, cook, dance, take bath, watch something simple, and just sit together until bedtime. If she falls asleep early, I sometimes get extra time for work or rest. Most evening I watch series. Books will have to wait for now, even thought I missed reading. Just when this routine started to feel stable, reality reminded us where we live. More silent, more blackouts, more adaptations. Even when nothing hits your city directly, nights are spent awake tracking drones. When residential buildings are hit and people die, especially children, it's unbelievable. I just can't get it. I truly hope we manage to stop the animal, and I also work in the sphere where we really try hard on it. That Ukraine and Europe, I hope, will be safe in the future. But the truth is that the frontline situation is extremely difficult right now. Losses are daily thing. The risks are enormous. At some point, all of this led to emotional paralysis. I experienced a regression in how I processed my divorce. I felt stuck and exhausted, but I found a way out. If you are interested, let me know in the comments, because I can share what helped me get through that state. Maybe it will help someone else too. I know these waves will come again, but right now I'm okay. After that, there was more teeth in my parents. After last time when we had explosions, my parents visiting, and suddenly St. Nicholas Day arrived. A small moment where you really want to add at least a little magic to life. And then more heavy attacks. The last 2 nights were especially difficult. One night I didn't even hear the air raid siren. Waking up and realizing that was terrifying. That kind of loss of control is a huge risk when you have a child. Thankfully, everything was okay. I didn't even have the strength to read the news properly. I just knew something was burning badly in one of the cities. Living like this is incredibly tense. And still, life continues. We clean, we work, we raise children, we adapt. This vlog isn't about productivity or aesthetic. You can see it on my video. It's about reality, about doing what you can with what you have, where you are. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. If this video resonated with you, leave a comment. I'd really love to hear from you.